The truckers are coming. The truckers are coming. They've already been around Ottawa, and Justin Trudeau is shaking in his boots. John Capobianco is not shaking. He is a former Conservative candidate, a Conservative consultant, and a very astute observer of politics. What is happening in Canadian politics, John, when you have motivation, and it scares some Canadian politicians, but people across the country getting together and converging on Ottawa because they disagree with a position? The Prime Minister says, you people are racist. But what's going on in politics?
Well, you know, and I think this pandemic, quite frankly, has caused this whole issue to be much more politicized. When I say this issue, vaccines. Vaccines is now a political issue. It's been politicized as a result of the federal election, quite frankly, because now it's about people who are vaccinated and not vaccinated.
Yeah.
And yeah, you know what? I'm a vaxxer. I'm all three. I had my booster shot and everything. And I believe people should be vaccinated. But there's also this issue of freedom, and people have the right to choose whether or not they want to be vaccinated or not. And think
to be fair, the truckers, they aren't saying that they're anti-vaccine.
No, well, but that's the thing. And I think that, you know, and Pierre Poilievre actually made a really strong statement recently to say that, look, there are individuals within the sector, of sure, who are probably anti-vaxxers and conspiracy theorists, but it's not the vast majority of them. The vast majority of truckers are actually providing supplies to us to live in every day. And I think the challenge, and quite frankly, the thing that bothered me the most was, early on in the pandemic, do you remember when gas stations were closed to truckers and they wouldn't allow them to come in and use the washrooms? Yeah. Governments, and including Premier Ford, had to go in and basically say, no, you have to allow truckers to use restrooms in stations because we need them. We need them to provide the supply chain that we have. And I think that this is culminated into this truckers convoy. And yeah, there's going to be some that probably are going to be off message. But generally speaking, it's one that if they do it peacefully, they should actually have a chance to be able to talk about the economy and their livelihood more than anything else because they've been deemed an essential service. So let's treat them like they are an essential service.
Now, your Conservative politicians in Ottawa are saying exactly that. Liberals are saying this is like, you know, the masses are coming, the masses are coming. And are we missing that opportunity in Canada to have a conversation, to sit down and talk about what these issues are and how we're going to resolve them? Well,
that should have happened during the campaign, but that never happened during the campaign. And I think it's because it became politicized. And we saw some of the riots that were happening during the election campaign, which quite frankly were just disgusting. When you're throwing stones at politicians, nobody wants that.
But a small minority.
Well, it is a small minority, but always that small minority that ruins it for the for the majority, right? And I think that the trucker convoy, if they're going to send a message, they have every right to send a message. But there's going to be, what I fear, quite frankly, there's going to be a few that are going to try to cause disruptions, as we've seen in other protests as well, where other organizations seem to come in and seem to organize in a way that is really not what the message is supposed to be. And I think that's what's going to happen with this convoy, and I'm hoping it doesn't.
It's a good hope. Thanks very much. John Capobianco, 3 minutes. Thank you very, very much for watching and for engaging in the 3 minutes, which will carry you through most discussions for the day. 2022 is going to be a very, very tough year. Stay with us. Please tell your friends to subscribe and PayPal. Thanks.